This my two Satoshis. This my two Satoshis. Who need 2 cents when they can get double from stacking Toshis? Yeah, this. How many Bitcoin ballers I got out there? It's your boy Crypto Blood. Welcome to another episode of My Two Satoshis. It is Monday, and I gotta give a shout out to Mr. G, the recycling guy, for the song request, Bitcoin Ballin' by Bandele L. This song is horrible, bro. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Absolutely horrible song. The concept, the title, look, I'm with it. We Bitcoin ballin', but this dude is not a good look on the rap scene. I'm telling you that much. Not a good song, but hey, I play whatever you send me. I play it, so it doesn't matter what it is. I'm playing it. And again, shout out to Mr. G, the recycling guy, for the song request. What's good, people? Hope everyone's doing well. You should be Bitcoin balling right now. We have some technical analysis updates, and I think it was really prompted by what happened in the Senate. We're going to talk about that today. They made some changes, or delayed some changes, to what would be a catastrophic move for cryptos, not necessarily Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a proof of work consensus blockchain. But this bill that they were putting through with the infrastructure bill was going to definitely impact all proof of stake and delegated proof of stake blockchains, which is really predominantly what blockchain is. The crypto scene is not proof of work. That's a very small percentage of the blockchains are proof of work. Most of them are proof of stake or delegated proof of stake or some derivative of that. So we're going to take a look at what they decided not to do and why that is very bullish for cryptos, for Bitcoin, for the whole game in general. And that's coming out of Cointelegraph today, guys. And shout out to all my car enthusiasts, my petrol heads out there. Audi is set to release an NFT. Wow, this is interesting. I've had Audis for the last 10 years. Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen. Those are my cars. I love German-made cars. This one caught my attention. I had to report on this one, ladies and gents. So we'll take a look at this out of CoinSpeaker and what that means for the automotive industry. This is something I haven't seen any other automotive group do this yet. So very exciting news here for us out of coinspeaker.com. And lastly, SEC hits Poloniex with a $10 million fine for violating securities laws. We can't say this is a surprise at all, but we'll take a look at this quick article out of CoinGate today. All three articles coming up on today's episode of My Two Satoshis. Let's get it. But before we start, if you guys find these types of videos informative, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. Let's take a look at the technicals for today. It's been a few days since I've done a technical analysis update for you guys on the channel. But look, you may say, Crypto Blood, you were wrong. It looks like we're breaking out above the channel. And this is very true. We broke out a few days ago and we attempted to break back down, but the bulls kept it up, kept us above the channel, the top of that channel, right? And really this area was the biggest move, which happened overnight after we saw what the Senate decided to do or not do. That gave us that last bounce that made us really take a nice move up. I would say it would be good to put on a position here. If you want to go long, add to your position. If you're not in any positions right now, you could get back into your positions if you're an active trader, because we are above the channel. Technically, this is very bullish for us. We've attempted to breach that channel to the downside multiple times on the hour chart. However, there's one last area of resistance we got to look out for. This trading is all about support and resistance over and over and over again. So what we have right now is an area of resistance that we need to breach at $47,000. So how you can play this is simply you can go long at this point and just put your stop losses in below $42,000. I would say 42,500 and some change on Bitcoin if you want to get specific on things. So that's where I would put my stop loss and you know, buy in at these levels. So if we fail to breach $48,000 Bitcoin, as you guys can see on the screen here roughly, you can protect yourself to the downside if we break back down into the channel, which is very possible at this point because this has all been a move on very low volume over the last week or so since we bounced off the bottom of that channel. That's where we are. We were saved by the bell, saved by the Senate. It really lined up and set up for a very big correction last night if they had decided not to include proof of stake coins in their decision as far as who needed to report what. Okay, if that was the case, that would have destroyed a lot of blockchain operations within the United States EOS Detroit included. That would have made us really have to pivot and change our strategy. So that was a big save by the bell moment for cryptos, at least at this point. Glad they came to their senses. So we're going to talk about that today. But before we get into that one, I do want to cover the Audi NFT set for release on the X NFT protocol. Never heard of X NFT? Let me know if you have in the comments below. But it looks like Chinese media reports that Audi plans to release a limited edition of NFTs in conjunction with X NFT. So they recently announced that it could start minting the non-fungible tokens on the platform from August 10th on, and that's like tomorrow. And so with this NFT release, Audi will also be collaborating with FAW, Volkswagen, and Rob Report. As part of the release's promotional structure, the automobile company teased a 15-second video in Mandarin. With the release of this highly anticipated NFT, Audi now looks set to join the ranks of other entities from the art and sports world who have ventured into the NFT space. In fact, the car company may become the next popular NFT arena of interest. This is what I was saying, like, I haven't heard of any other manufacturer doing this, so this is a very bold move by Audi. Let me know in the comments below, do you think this is going to be successful? In what form or fashion are they going to release these? I've personally never heard of this XNFT protocol. You can visit their site at xnft.net and get more information about this protocol here. But evidently they're big enough and they have enough partnerships for Audi to want a partnership with them. Look at all these names here. So I got to look into this XNFT protocol myself. Every day there's things changing in this game. That's why you got to stay informed and watch channels like this to keep up to speed on everything changing in the game. It's not all about prices, ladies and gentlemen. There are industry shifting and industry changing things going on within the blockchain space. You need to be abreast of that so that you're not left behind. So it looks like this XNFT platform proclaims itself as the largest and most important NFT protocol. It is an aggregator platform for the non-fungible token system and has formed strategic partners with several other digital and data platforms. The article doesn't go into detail exactly on what is going to happen with this Audi NFT. Maybe we'll get more information on it, and I'll try to make sure I follow up with it and give you guys more information as I get it. But again, check out this XNFT protocol. New to me, probably new to you as well. And it looks like they have a token as well. So I definitely got to check this one out. But the next news, of course, the big news here, the very bullish news for cryptos, is that lawmakers behind the crypto amendments to the infrastructure bill introduced a compromise, and that is very bullish. The new compromise amendment could still be added to the HR 3684 through an anonymous consent. U.S. Senate has put forth differing amendments for provisions in the infrastructure deal that apply to crypto, but looks like they've reached a compromise after a legislative setback. In the press conference on Monday, Senator Pat Toomey said there was now a bipartisan agreement on the amendment to the infrastructure bill. Pennsylvania lawmakers said that the new amendment would exempt software developers, transaction validators, and node operators. That's what EOS Detroit does. And many other blockchain companies in the United States, would prevent them from having to do basically KYC and know who each person is that's running through their nodes, which is pretty much impossible. It would literally make or take the whole blockchain in which that company is running a node on to be redeveloped in a way where each blockchain wallet was KYC. So that's not a good thing at all. So it would exempt them from having to do that. But of course, it would still require them to do tax reporting on their actual profits. And so what the amendment or modified amendment is going to do is change the definition of broker to apply to any person who regularly effectuates transfers of digital assets on behalf of another person. The middle ground solution was likely an attempt to gain more political support and have at least some alternative to the language in the existing infrastructure bill before the final vote is scheduled on Tuesday. So if the amendment is attached to the infrastructure bill on Monday and approved in a vote on Tuesday, the legislation would still need to go through the House of Representatives before being signed by President Sleepy Joe Biden. So we'll see what happens with that, but at least Can kicks it a little bit and gives some wiggle room, because it was going to definitely hurt a lot of the blockchain business in the United States. And speaking of the alphabet boys, the SEC hits Poloniex with a $10 million fine for violating securities laws. Let's take a look at this really quickly. After falling under severe clampdown by the SEC, the Boston-based crypto exchange Poloniex is reported to have resolved their issues by paying a $10 million fine as a settlement charge to the regulator. According to the press release made by the U.S. SEC on today, the crypto exchange Poloniex has breached investor protection laws by not registering itself as a securities broker with the federal regulator. Allegedly, the exchange operated illegally and offered the investors to trade digital assets deemed as securities for 2 consecutive years. That's from 2017 to 2019. The indictment also proclaims that Poloniex employees wanted the exchange to function aggressively by offering more digital assets to the traders so that the market share of the broker heightens significantly around the space. However, all of these charges and the ensuing settlement was made with the exchange neither agreeing to the SEC charges nor denying it. That's how they typically do. So they never take ownership for it, pay a fine, and keep it moving. I'm sure this $10 million fine is nothing. It's peanuts in comparison to what they made in that 2-year span. Had to be over 100 million or more, right? So not really a big deal, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on the latest and greatest SEC suit. They probably have like a 99% hit rate. But that's pretty much it for today. Let me know your thoughts on both this SEC suit on Poloniex, more importantly the US lawmakers. What do you think this is going to do? Is it all over? Are we in the clear, or will there be some more issues coming down the pipe in the future? I'm loving this NFT Audi release. I gotta get me one. Hope they got some RS NFTs there for a brother like Crypto Blood. Let's get a like, a share, and a subscribe. Shout out to my man, Mr. G, the recycling guy, for this horrible song, Bandalay L, Bitcoin Ballin'. God, y'all crack me up. That's my 2 Satoshis for today. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and click that bell to receive more videos like this. We out of here, people. Holla!